Hello everyone, welcome to another edition of the Foolish Fish Esoteric News with your weekly update on the worlds of esoteric and occult book publishing and arts and events and paraphernalia. And I want to thank Miskatonic Books once again for sponsoring the show. It means so much. Miskatonic Books, to me, it means so much to all the viewers that you would keep this segment alive. So thank you so much for your support. Miskatonicbooks.com is a fantastic resource if you are looking for a book that has been out of print for a while. If you're looking for an esoteric book that's just difficult to find, then miskatonicbooks.com is very likely to either have it or to be able to get hold of it. They've got this fantastic option on their website where you can just go to the page that's reserved for that book, and if it's not in stock, you can tell them that you're interested in that book by adding your email, and then as soon as that book becomes available once again, then they'll send you an email to let you know that that book is once again available. As you can see right now, their Facebook page is showing that the new Ars Goetia, the new Paul Summers Young translation, in its first edition, is now available on Miskatonic Books. I wasn't sure, I was putting this show together and I just wasn't 100% certain that I had actually mentioned. Did I mention this? I can't imagine that I wouldn't have mentioned it. I certainly mentioned that it was in the works, but I just don't know if I mentioned that it's now available to purchase, and people have actually been receiving their copies of this lovely new first edition of Ars Goetia in the Black Letter Press version. And, people have been saying that it's much more than just the Ars Goetia, right? It's lots of different manuscripts brought together. It's a very in-depth look at the Ars Goetia, and so I'm showing it to you here on the Black Letter Press, directly on the on the Black Letter Press website, which is based in Germany. So you get an idea of where's most advantageous for you to pick that up. But yeah, it looks like they're going to have Ars Theurgia, Ars Paulina, Ars Almadel, and Ars Notoria in this. In a similar format, right? And we all know how beautiful Black Letter Press's editions can be. So yeah, go and check that out. And let's see what else we have in the works here. Hadean Press have got a new guide to the underworld, Cyprianic Conjurations from Norway. So it's Dr. Simone Kotfa, who's offering a comprehensive selection of Norwegian conjurations representing the major types so far left untranslated. Let's see, including an operation for recovering stolen goods and a number of interesting modifications to the Cyprian prayer for empowering grimoires, binding evil, and consecrating food and drink. Translations are accompanied by notes on the nature and history of the Scandinavian Cyprian and a guide to the individual operations, further enriching the treasure house of Cypriana. Very exciting stuff. And Hadean Press, once again, pushing the available information on Cyprian magic in new and exciting directions. Very, very cool stuff. As always. And there was a very interesting newsletter from Hadean Press, which I received this morning as well, talking about the printing of the books that have been announced for a little while now. And we know that Hadean Press have had a few little what's the word that I'm looking for? Just manufacturing issues, and the Magical Art Annulorum Experimenta are expected to be with them by the end of the month. I guess we're almost at the end of the month, so not very long to wait now. And then the paperback editions shipping now, EPUB editions becoming available in September. There's, however, a slight delay with the hours, which I'm very excited about. I don't care if whether there's a delay or not. This is one that I'm really looking forward to due to the color content. Again, we'll update the product page when we have more information about when this title is expected to ship. We apologize about the delay on no problem from my perspective anyway. So yeah, a little bit of news about a new website, or maybe an updated website possibly. Which is cool. And then, some information about new pricing. Fair enough, if they haven't updated the price of their incredibly well-priced, guides to the underworld since 2009, I think they say. Yeah, 2009, right there. I think it's probably reasonable for those prices to go up a little bit, right? We all know how much the cost of living has gone up. It's only fair that little independent presses manage to stay alive as well. And then forthcoming with David Clave's Intelligentiarum, we have at least 3 more titles to release by the end of this year. In September we have A Book of Shadows, a translation by Steve Savado from the Italian Il Vero Libro, del Ombre, the true book of shadow. The text dictates a system of high magic, fully outlined and interpreted, beginning with preparatory rituals and concluding with the ritual of initiation or self-consecration. And we've got an inquiry into necromancy, spirit conjuration in Western culture with Jim Baker, and let's see, the development of concepts of the soul and spirits in ancient Greece and early Christianity serve as an anchor for this temporal voyage of conjuration. And then the second in the Hadean Press, the Fairy Lore series, A Song of Oberon, a poem in 12 songs translated by Armin Lambert. So lots of very exciting stuff. The foreword by Daniel Harms. Very, very cool, very, very exciting stuff from Hadean Press, who, just one of the most exciting publishers right now on the occult scene. Always very excited for their stuff. News from Watkins Books, who have shared this, which oh my goodness, this really made me excited. I'll be honest with you. Here we go. In a blossoming garden located far outside all worlds, a group of aging Greek gods have gathered to discuss the nature of existence, the mystery of mind, and whether there's a transcendent God from whom all things come. Turning to Eros, Psyche asks, "Do you see this flower, my love?" So begins David Bentley Hart's unprecedented exploration of the mystery of consciousness. This is everything I love. This is so exactly spot on. This is the bullseye, right? So very, very cool. I had a look at the look inside me kind of thing on Amazon, but yes, if you can, of course, pick it up from your local esoteric or occult bookstore, bookshop, if you have such a thing. If you're lucky enough to actually have such a thing, then please do. If you live within the UK and the shipping is inexpensive for you guys, then order directly from Watkins Books. I mean, why not? It's a wonderful way of supporting the occult community. But yes, this it looks good. It looks so good. Anyway, that's kind of the really the one that's sparked my interest this month. I would imagine that you can probably expect to see it in my in at least an upcoming end of month roundup. Finances are a little bit tight at the moment, but yeah, it's definitely on my watch list. What else do we have? So this is a tarot deck, and I can't remember. Again, I show you guys so many things. I can't remember if I've already shown this one to you. I've got a feeling like maybe I have, but just in case I haven't, this is the Legendarium Tarot. And looking at the artwork on here has made me think this is quite lovely. And maybe I showed it to you guys when it was being funded on Kickstarter. So now it's actually available to purchase. It's shipping from China. So expect a little wait, right? It takes time for any parcels to arrive from China, unless of course you're ordering from China yourself. But for us in Europe, and certainly for people living in the United States, it can be a little bit expensive. But let me show you some of this artwork, folks. I think it's beautiful. I think it's really beautiful, actually. Really, really lovely. And so potentially something to look into, right? Isn't that kind of... It's I don't know. It's like a modern medieval take kind of thing. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Yeah, so possibly something to look into if you like that that style. They've got a little coin to go with it, no doubt, if you like that. And okay, so these are the playing cards, right? So there's the tarot and there's the playing cards. If you like that, there we go. So now you know. And now we've got Dr. Alexander Cummins talking about this year's Astro-Magia conference and sharing with us a discount code, a 10% off discount code, which is really, really cool. By the way, if you're not getting Dr. Alexander Cummins's newsletter, it's worth getting that. So if you use this code PTXAT76, you can get 10% off the Astro-Magia conference, one of the foremost online conferences celebrating astrological magic in its many, many forms. And that's no joke. It really is one of the foremost conferences. It's a very, very exciting conference, guys. Here is the page that you can check out, and you'll be able to see all of the people who are contributing this year. The purchase ticket is it's $160 for the entire conference. Of course, this gives you access to all of the videos during the conference, live, of course, but also after the conference. Once it's all finished, you can still access those videos. But yeah, you'll be able to see some exciting names here in the contributions list, especially Dimitra George. Makes me think, well, this is going to be good. I mean, there's Chris Warnock as well, who really, really makes me very excited. And of course, Alexander Cummins himself, right? So that's good stuff. Very, very nice. Okay, what else do we have? Wealth and Witchery, a gathering for witches, healers, seekers of prosperity. So this is another conference. It's not really a conference. You could say it's a series of classes. So yeah, it's a conference. Sure, it's a conference. Why not? Again, some very exciting... what am I talking about? Why not? No, it definitely is a conference. It's happening over several days. And again, with some very exciting... names attached to this one, right? So we've got Wendy Mata right here, who seems to be organizing it mostly. And this one, folks, is free. It's free if you're attending it live, and then there's if you're requesting the videos later, then there'll be a price, right? But if you're attending live, then it's free. And I just want to show you guys, it's not nothing here. Right? We've got Sarah Mastros, we've got Opal Luna, we've got Wendy Mata herself, of course, Katie Rempe, who rings a bell, but we've also got people like Nicholas Pearson and Kobe Michael, whom you may know from his Poison Path books, right? And many others. So yeah, potentially of interest. Go and check this out if you're interested in wealth magic. I think it's a wonderful initiative, and I expect that with free tickets, that's going to be doing very well indeed. Okay, we've got news from Eric Purdue, the recent translator of the 3 books of occult philosophy, talking about how to find your demons from your chart and what they do. So that's a class that he's giving on September the 15th at 11 a.m. Pacific time online via Zoom. The links are over here in the thread. I'll leave all the details that you need down in the description of the video. If this is a topic that's of interest to you, then yeah, potentially go and check that out. Eric Purdue is certainly very, very knowledgeable astrologer, as well as a well-versed translator of Latin. And we've got more lessons, guys. It's just classes and classes. I guess we're about to start school again, aren't we? It's the end of the summer holidays, so here we are. So Milo Duquette's pandemic workshops. During the pandemic years, Milo Duquette collaborated with Magical Egypt to make some very exciting classes, and those classes are now available to purchase as videos, and they were very, very interesting classes, I have to say. Let's have a quick look at some of the titles here. The Importance of Magical Invocation, Make a Jupiter Talisman, Reincarnation Ritual, 7 Secrets of Fortune Telling, Holy Guardian Angel, Magic of Tarot, and many, many more. Enochian Magic, Goetia, Freemasonry, Kabbalah Initiation, the Abyss, and so on, right? Astral Projection, and so on. So yeah, go and check that out. If you know anything about my channel, you know what a fan I am of Milo Duquette's work. You'll know also probably what an amazing teacher he is, and that in my view, he really is the golden standard of teaching, right? Of teaching from a place of knowledge, but from a place of caring about the listener understanding way more than caring about sounding clever or anything like that, right? So his goal is to make sure that you understand, and I love that. I love that. So yeah, very, very cool stuff. Sarah Mastros, speaking of another excellent teacher, speaking of another talented, trained teacher, actually, Sarah Mastros is, I told you about her classes last week, but she also, this week, she shared this picture that she commissioned. And if I just zoom in a little bit over here, this is Asherah, right? An image of Asherah, which she commissioned for her living room. And I saw this and I thought to myself, do you know what? I might not be the only one who thinks this is awesome. So she describes here how the process, how it all happened. The original was a special commission. I described to him the goddess and asked for a portrait of her where she was a goddess, a tree, and also a 7-branch menorah. Of all the art I've ever commissioned, this is my very favorite. It exceeded all my expectations. It was barter for sorcery. He finally has her available as a print, and this is kind of what I want to show you, folks. It's the actual print of Asherah, goddess of the old world, on Redbubble. So yeah, if you like what you're seeing, go and check out the work over here by Mr. Sleep, Mr. hyphen Sleep. Really, really beautiful stuff. Got a little bit of a... here's a... Oh, yeah, there we go. That's really lovely, really beautiful. Okay, and you can see he's got a lot of other art available as well, and that one's particularly relevant to this channel, let's say. There we go. And then finally, my board game of the week is one that caught my attention due to the topic, of course. I looked into it a little bit. It's created by an avid board gamer, first and foremost, right, who was really despondent about how awful the majority of what he described as Christian board games were, right? So he was just really really sad that all of these Christian board games were so terrible, that the message was always taking over, that it was just cringy stuff, and that the gameplay just came second to the preaching, right? So he wanted something else. He wanted a game that wouldn't preach, right? A game that wouldn't preach, but that nevertheless Christians could play to whatever. The point is here that you are playing as various angels, and it's actually those angels which caught my eye, obviously, right? So it's a combat game. It's a game where angels are fighting against forces of darkness, and it just looks cool. It looks cool as a game. It looks fun, right? I like the fact that he took so much care to ensure that it wasn't preaching, right? That it could actually work as a great game. So that's of interest to me. Will I pick it up? I'll be honest with you, it's unlikely, but nevertheless, it may be of interest to some of you. I think those minis are quite stunning, quite nice, and it could be of interest to some of you who might want to look into it a little bit further. There we go. In which case, I have left a link down below. It's going to kickstart at some point. At the moment, they're just looking for people to sign up to their newsletter to be alerted when the Kickstarter eventually starts. There we go. That's my news for this week. Thank you so much for joining once again. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. If you'd like to support the channel, if you'd like to keep the channel alive, then of course the best way to do that is to join the Patreon, which will give you access to the Discord channel, of course, to the Discord server. And it'll give you access to many other little perks which you might like. So there's links to that down there as well. And for now, I'm just going to say thank you once again for watching. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. I'll see you very soon with another video. Bye-bye.